Alrighty, I actually cannot tell you how many times I recorded this video, and it's been so annoying because I noticed that I was placing my own parameters. All in all, it's just fear. There's so many ways that I can get into my head that I said, well, you know, there's already so many videos about fear, and I kind of had this idea for a really long time, and I had been just sitting on it waiting for execution. Actually, this is just for me to grow as a person, to use my voice, and to really just connect with other people, because I feel like there's so many people that experience this at the same level that I do. You know, I was consistently worried about el que dirán. I was just basically on alert of everything around me. That absolutely stifled me. It stifled me in my growth. Deep down inside of me, I always thought like, well, why are things like this? I can't, you know, I want to speak out and say all these things, but my actions don't match with what I want to do, and it led me to have my fears on a deeper emotional level. Go out and do it. Okay, but how? Because it's not that easy for me. And especially getting to an age where you're obviously more developed and you see a lot of people so confident in what they do. To me, I would question myself. Why was I like this? I wanted to understand so many things about myself, and I couldn't, because I was in this parameter of fear, observing people, aware of all the things that I did. Hesitation, the overthinking, the second guessing made fear feel so permanent. And I feel like that's why I was consistently so afraid of failing and doing something wrong, because the feeling, it made every emotion so permanent. And it was absolutely crazy, because I just thought about it and I was like, bro, like, I cannot continue to put other people's emotions and regard them as more important than what I'm actually living. What really changed things around for me was the moment I realized how much regret I had in my life. I would like observe myself from an outside point of view and say, why? Why didn't I trust myself enough to actually do the things that I wanted to do? Or why didn't I trust my vision or have the confidence? There was obviously a lot of emotion in myself because I grew up with this fear that really just made me think about how many times I actually suppressed myself. How many times I actually told myself, no, you're not that person that you think you are. Because I didn't even have the voice in me. And every time I would look back, I would just feel the regret, and it would become bigger and bigger and bigger. All that I can say right now is I probably wish I would have done something sooner about this. I wish I would have been a different person. I had to go through those years of fear and knowing what that fear was like, understand myself, understand everything about myself on a much deeper level, my emotions, everything that I went through. And I feel like even though I was thinking, okay, so many people have already told this story about fear, I also have my own story about fear, and that's what empowers me today. That's what pretty much brought me to sit here and tell you guys about my experience, because there is no one cookie cutter experience. Everyone has a different experience. I lived through understanding what other people have lived through. I always have asked advice of people who went through stages of fear, and even though I didn't understand it at that time because I had to actually go through it, it was very refreshing because it gave me more hope than something like just get up and do it. A lot of creatives have this insecurity or this fear of being observed, especially when our talents are basically our emotions. We put so many emotions into either the clothes we make or the projects that we have, but that's what makes it beautiful, and that's what makes it so even personal. The biggest lesson for me to learn has been to take up space, to speak, to create, to exist fully as a person. And it's something that I continue learning, because fear, even though I speak on it like this, it still shows up, not on the extreme level that I lived it. I still get nervous about certain things, or even with this video, I was thinking about it for so many days and recorded it at least like 5 different times, because I didn't have the confidence in me to say, okay, I'm gonna accept myself even though it's not perfect, or it's not gonna have like the perfect outcome that I want it to have. What really matters at this point is that no one can actually take anything away from you. No one can take away your experience. No one can take away your emotions. That's what makes everything so much more genuine. I'm allowing this fear that I feel talking to this camera and posting this video to really just help me and guide me to where I need to be. Even though I feel the fear at this moment, I know that it will be my tool to really shift myself, help me shift my mindset, because I know the feeling of what it's like to be on constant alert. And if you feel fear, it's probably because you care about who you are and what your purpose is and what everything means to you. For me, I just don't want fear to cost me my opportunities anymore. I don't want fear to cost me regret. I don't want fear to cost me anything in my life anymore. And I'm choosing to not let it stop me, stifle me, because if I continue with this mindset, I will be in the same place another year from now. And that is already too much for my head to handle, because I have so many ideas that I want to accomplish and get through, and overall it has challenged me to confront myself, to ask the hard questions about myself. But without all of this development, I wouldn't be here speaking to this camera today. And all in all, I'm just not going to let what already exists in the world stop me from making what I want to make. I won't let it shape me, and I hope it doesn't shape you as well. We need more creatives. We need more people talking about their experiences. This is my opportunity to shift maybe other people's perspectives, be me, and use this as my creative outlet.